Welcome to the College Fair Magazine Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use your question and answer button on your screen to type the questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see you or hear you. This is just one of the different sessions happening, so make sure you sign up for additional sessions. The presentation will be recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/CollegeFairMagazine. Now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. First up is University of Tennessee at Knoxville.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Cheryl Tingling, and I'm going to be your admissions counselor for the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. So just going into our location, we are just beautifully located in East Tennessee because we have the Great Smoky Mountains in our backyard, and we're also located into downtown Knoxville, so you kind of get the best of both worlds in that aspect. Also, traveling down to Tennessee is ridiculously easy. I'm actually going down there next week. I always fly through Newark, New Jersey. It's going to be a direct flight. It's an hour, and it's usually under $100, so very easy for you to go and visit. A little bit about our demographics. So we have about 23,000 undergraduate students on campus. We also offer graduate programs and PhD programs, but you'll be surprised to see that our student to faculty ratio is 17:1. So a few of our classes will be those kind of bigger lecture halls, but the majority of our classes are pretty intimate, as you can tell. Also, 89% of our students receive financial aid and scholarships, and I'll go a little bit more into that. And also 84% of our students are reporting that they are employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So an incredible return on investment for you guys. And lastly, we have over 360 undergraduate programs for you to choose from. But if you're interested in any one of these 5 programs, these are considered competitive. And that means that one, you should apply early and that they require additional admissions requirements. So just be sure to go on our website and see what exactly you need in order to apply for these competitive programs that we offer. So let's get into the Tennessee student experience. I kind of mentioned return on investment. We do that through our student success centers. And so whether you're taking classes and you're wanting to do group study sessions, or you're wanting to find internships or do mock interviews, we do all of that for you and we help you in that process. Also, living on campus is a big part of your student experience. We do have 14 residence halls and 3 housing styles. After your freshman year, you can live off campus, which is really exciting. And we also have 14 living and learning communities, which are what we call LLCs, which is just an opportunity for you to live in a smaller cohort on campus with others in the same demographic as you. So for example, we have an LLC for nursing students, first gen students, LGBTQ students. So again, just an added opportunity for you to kind of smallen your campus a little bit. And then also getting involved is the biggest, like the major key for you. So we have 600 clubs and organizations. My favorite is the Chill and Grill Club. You just go outside, someone's grilling meats and veggies, and you're able to just meet people on campus and hang out. And I like free food. And then we also have intramurals, club sports. We are also a D1 institution, and we do have Greek life on campus. And another key office on campus is the programs abroad. Now that the world is opening up, we have partners with over 50 countries, and you choose your duration from 2 weeks all the way up to a full academic year to travel abroad. So let's get into the application. You can apply through our application or through the Common App. In front of you, you see the required items. So we do have a $50 application fee. We have a required essay. You need to complete your SAR, which is just another form of your transcript. And if you're test optional, we will be test optional for this upcoming year. You do have a test optional essay that you need to complete. I also have optional items, but really I say that they are required items. You can submit letters of recommendations, resumes, and supporting statements just to make your application as strong as possible. So here are our important dates. Of course, October 1st is when FAFSA opens up. November 2nd is our early action deadline. So if you're wanting to, again, apply to those competitive programs that I mentioned earlier, or if you're wanting to get additional scholarships, you need to apply by this deadline. We also have the December 15th deadline. That's the last date you can apply to get any scholarship. That includes merit-based scholarships. So those are the two important dates for you guys to know about. And then lastly, May 1st is our confirmation deadline. That's the last day you can let us know that you're wanting to enroll with UT, and then I'll continue to help you on with housing. So I was mentioning scholarships earlier. We offer merit-based scholarships to students that have at least a 3.6 core weighted GPA and an 1160 SAT or 24 ACT. If you have that minimum, you're automatically going to be getting $4,000 annually. Anything higher, it goes all the way up to $18,000 annually. And what's really cool is that you can apply early on and maybe get the $4,000 scholarship if you continue to do better in your SAT, ACT, or do better in classes and your GPA goes up. We can continue to bump your scholarship up all the way up until July 1st. And I mentioned that we are going to be test optional. We also have the Beacon Scholarship, which is for test optional students. Again, it goes between $4,000 and $18,000. If you have a 3.8 weighted core GPA, you're going to be considered for this scholarship and then ultimately decided by a scholarship committee if you're getting that scholarship. And lastly, we are completely open for people to be on campus. So you can come on campus, you can do a virtual tour or chat with current students on our website. And here is my information. And so I know I went through things very, very quickly. I'm so sorry. But again, my name is Cheryl Tingling. My email is listed in front of you and my phone number is there. I'm going to be your person throughout your entire admissions process. And so please let me know how I can help you. And I hope to be able to see you guys in person this fall.
All right, thank you. Next up, we will have Pennsylvania College of Art and Design.
Hello, everyone. Let me get my PowerPoint up. All right, so my name is Tressa Varner, and I work for the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. We're a small college, just total enrollment under 300, and we offer 4-year Bachelor of Fine Art degrees in animation and game art, fine art, graphic design, illustration, photography and video, and live experience design. We're located in Lancaster, PA, which is the eastern side of the state. Just a short train ride to all the art mecca cities like New York, Philadelphia, DC, and Baltimore. As I mentioned, we're a small school, so we have a really great student to teacher ratio, which is 10:1. All our faculty are working artists and designers in their field that they're teaching. So for example, if you're going to be want to be in graphic design, your professor is going to have experience working in graphic design for many, many years. All right, so all of our studios are state of the art. Here's an example. This is one of our digital imaging studios. So when you come into an art and design college, this is the same across the board. Everyone starts in their foundation year. That's your freshman year. And it's a time for you to experiment with new tools and media and techniques and to really kind of trying to find what do you want to make art about? Where do you want to go with your own artwork? The goal is to build a strong foundation for the next 3 years. So you will, we also offer liberal arts classes and minors. So along with all your studio courses, you take art history, humanities, communication, and then also we have minors. So for example, say you want to be a graphic design major, you can have a minor in animation as well. So our departments, animation and game art is one of our more popular departments. You come in your sophomore year, you're going to learn about all the different concentrations in animation and in game art. So visual development, environmental modeling, level design, and it's not until your junior year that you're going to focus on one concentration. Class highlights include drawing for animation, digital sculpting, pre-production, and gaming. Fine art is another major. So in fine art, it's a little more self-directed. You're going to explore both traditional and new media. So you're going to take digital imaging courses along with animation majors, but then also more traditional classes like sculpture and painting. Really, your goal here is to function and thrive as an independent artist. So you're going to be showing in galleries and in museums. Class highlights include media, form and concept, sculpture, 3D form, and materials. Graphic design is another major. So in graphic design, it's really your goal is to use your design and innovative thinking skills to attract attention, either to move somebody to action or to sell a product. So here's an example of some student work of packaging design. Class highlights include advanced web design, publication design, motion graphics, and user interface design. Illustration is another popular major. Here on your sophomore year, you're going to explore both tracks in illustration. There's a contemporary track, which is typography and pattern design, as well as a classical track, which is more representational and narrative storytelling. Class highlights include illustrated word, visual storytelling, and process and production. Photography and video is another major. So here you're going to learn both traditional and contemporary digital imaging techniques. So we have all the old style cameras in the dark rooms for you to go and learn how to make photography, make photographs the way things used to be. You're going to you can be a fine artist, fine art photographer, and show in galleries and museums, or you can explore commercial field like sports photography or fashion photography. Class highlights include photo techniques, color and craft, advanced lighting for studio and video, and then media form and concept. Live experience design is a new major starting next year. That's if you think of, you're more like a multimedia producer. You're going to be producing large shows that include all the senses, that are kind of geared toward all the senses. So it would be really large rock concerts or halftime shows, for example. So Lancasters, it's a small city, Eastern PA. Our college is right downtown. Since we're such a small school, we don't have traditional dorms. These are some of the apartment complexes that we manage, which are right close to the building, definitely walkable. There's different styles of apartments. You can have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom. They all come furnished and have, of course, kitchens and bathrooms and such. So what do you need to submit? So we do not need an SAT or ACT score. Really, to come and get into an art and design college, you need a really great portfolio. And so our portfolio requirements are 8 to 10 pieces of your original work. You need a personal statement, like an artist statement, and then your transcripts from your school. So how do you submit an application? Just go to pcad.edu and start, just apply. Even if you're not ready to hit the submit button, go ahead and start your application, and then a counselor, like an admission counselor like myself, will contact you and ask you if you need any feedback on your portfolio. That's really kind of where we can really help you out, is to help you build a really strong portfolio for admissions. We do have an application fee, but we have a fee waiver code, which is AppNow 2021, all in caps. So here's my information and contact. Go ahead and shoot me an email. And if you have any questions, thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, we will have Capital Technology University. You're muted.
Happens every time. All right, so there we go. Hello everyone, my name is Benjamin Michaels. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Capital Technology University, and we're just gonna go right on through it. So Capital is the only private university in the state of Maryland that is dedicated to areas such as engineering, cybersecurity, and computer science. Now, where is Capital? We are located in Laurel, Maryland. We are located literally in between Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, Maryland, two of which are two of the largest technology hubs in the United States. And I mention that because on this screen, you see all these different push pins on the D.C. side and Baltimore side. All of these are different technology-based companies, private, government, contractors, all that, where students have gotten recent employment or even internships from within the area of where we're at. So what kind of programs does Capital offer? Well, we offer a lot of what I mentioned before. Notably, we have astronautical engineering, so literal rocket science. We also have computer science and cybersecurity, as well as mechatronics and robotics. Those are just some of our more popular majors. And so Again, as I mentioned, we are a private university, and so comes with our cost of attendance. So our tuition is roughly $26,000 a year. And so if you choose to live on campus, it's an additional 6 to 8,000 a year. And so total would on average be 32 to 36. Now, I also want to mention this little blurb down here where if you are, with our guarantee, if you are able to keep your account current and up to date with us, we can promise that your tuition will not increase more than 1% for over the 4 years. And so 36,000 seems like a lot of money, but we have a number of scholarships available for you guys. For example, we have our merit scholarship. Our merit scholarship is here for everyone. So as soon as you put in your application and give us your transcript, you are automatically reviewed for a merit scholarship. And so coming into the 2021 fall, those students are not required to have an ACT or SAT score. So we base our merit scholarship off of advanced level courses and your GPA. We also have our cyber competitor. So if you are a student participating on a cyber team throughout your high school career, then you would be granted $5,000. And we also have our Capital Scholars Program, where it's an opportunity if you have a 3.5 GPA or higher, you can receive it. You can participate in a quote unquote a competition or event to receive a full tuition scholarship. So part of our cost of attendance is also the living. So this is just some pictures of what our residence hall looks like. So we have apartment style. So we unfortunately do not have a dining hall on campus, but we give our students the independence to have their own kitchen. So as you see in the top middle picture, we have a fully functioning kitchen. The only thing that we don't have is a microwave, but we trust you with our robots, so we trust you with a microwave if you want to bring one. And so we offer free parking for students. We also have a shuttle service where students are able to go to our local outlets and do their shopping. And so with that, we are very involved in helping our students receive an internship. So internships are very important in your college career, especially when it comes down to the technological majors. So these are some of our top internship partners. So we have the Department of Defense, which also includes the NSA, as well as we have NASA. We also have government contractors such as Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin. We also have private companies, Verizon, AT&T, Leidos. All these different companies are here that are seeking capital students as interns. And so with that being said, our campus, I'm going to go back to our picture here. So we have our campus here, literally 5 minutes up the road. So about here is where the NSA is located, and then about a minute to the left or to the right here, we have NASA's Goddard Flight Center. So we are very close to these government contractors and government entities, so students are able to have transportation to get to these internships. And so with that being said, I also wanted to mention our capital guarantee, where it says on the screen, we guarantee that you will receive a job within 90 days of graduation in your field of study and at a competitive salary. So if you do not receive a job within 90 days of graduation that offers a competitive salary, we will grant up to 36 additional undergraduate credits to you so that you can build up that resume and experience. And so with that being said, I'm running out of time. So here is my contact information. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys.
All right, thank you. So next up, we have Lincoln University.
you go. Thank you guys for having me today. My name is Nicholas Borachi. I am your admissions counselor here at Lincoln University. I handle the DMV and also Newark and New Jersey. So if you have any questions and you're from the area, I'm your point of contact. On to Lincoln University. We are the nation's first degree granting historically black college and university. Our mission literally drives everything that we do. So our mission is to educate you all and empower you all to lead your communities and change the world. We do it through our 3 principles right here: learn, liberate, and lead. Through learn, we're going to provide you guys opportunities for critical thinking, cognitive skills, technical skills, organizational skills, time management skills, skills that help you out in the real world as an individual and a professional. And then we have liberate. We're going to provide you opportunities that really help you, outside the classroom, like, national programs, internships, study abroad opportunities, the career development, undergraduate research. We have a lot of different things for you guys here at Lincoln. And then lead. We're going to give you a safe space to, mess up and learn from your mistakes and learn how to be more effective each and every year before you graduate. Okay. So Lincoln University, we're actually named the top best college by US News. And we're actually top 20 HBCU, and this is for the 2nd year in a row. So next school year, we're going to be top 15 and so on and so forth, okay? Moving forward, US News named us a best college again in terms of social mobility. What that means is we take students from a low income status, and once they have graduated, they have now received a job at a higher income level. So that is great for them. Also, we have a 15-to-1 student-faculty ratio. We're very diverse and inclusive. We represent 28 states and 11 countries. We're also named the best college by Money Magazine in terms of educational quality, affordability, and also success of alumni as well. Moving forward with that, we do have 30 plus undergraduate programs here at Lincoln University, and that consists of minors and majors. And also we do have master's programs, and you have opportunity to study in Philadelphia on our SACE campus. One thing about Lincoln University is we're always going to provide you with support. So here at Lincoln, we have academic supports as far as your academic advisor, who you have your whole academic career at Lincoln. At the same time, we have pre-professional tutoring, we have writing and reading centers, we have math learning centers as well, and they all come with computer labs that have free printing. As you guys always say, you can't beat free. Free is for me, $4.99, however you want to say it. Just know that it's free for you guys to have printing here at Lincoln University. Moving forward to our student life here at Lincoln. So we do have 70 plus student organizations that consist of student ambassadors, tour guides, SGA, Royal Court, dancing organizations, modeling, fashion, women empowerment, men empowerment, anime club, whatever you feel like is here, pretty much. At the same token, if you do not see anything that you want to be a part of, you have the opportunity to create your own organization here at Lincoln University and leave your Lincoln legacy, what we call it. We have Greek life. We have the whole Divine Nine. For those not familiar with the Divine Nine, that is the African American fraternity and sorority, fraternity and sororities system, pretty much. And besides, Greek life, we do have ROTC. ROTC is an option for you guys as well. If you don't want to be in the military as an enlisted officer, but don't go to military school, there's an option for you guys to come to Lincoln and have a HBCU experience and also get that ROTC experiences at the same time. Moving forward, we do have Division II athletics here at Lincoln University. So with D2, we have basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, soccer, track and field, cross country, cheerleading. We have a marching band. We have a concert choir. We have a lot of different things to make our student life very, 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 very dynamic at the same time. Okay, you guys are not limited to just being one student or what type of student. You guys can be a athlete who is a Greek, or who is interested in being, SJ president or Mr. Lincoln or Mrs. Lincoln. You have options to leave your Lincoln legacy. Okay, as I keep saying. Moving forward, here at Lincoln University, we're very, very affordable. We roughly cost $29,000 for the academic school year. If you look at it, that includes tuition, that includes room and board, and that includes any extra fees you guys may think of. The price never goes up. It only comes down only because if you have your own insurance, you guys would take off $1,000 off your bill. If you have FAFSA, that takes money off your bill too. If you get scholarship that we do have available here at Lincoln, that takes off your bill, okay? Please let's Lincoln. Our school code is 003290. Have an option of Lincoln. You never know what happens between now and your senior year, or now in August, depending on what age you are right now, but definitely have it as an option. One thing I can say about our scholarships, we have merit-based scholarships, so typical academic requirements. We have need-based if you're a low-income first-generation student, and then we also have performance-based if you're an athlete playing a marching band or know how to sing. And I always say you got to sing outside the shower to get this, but it's definitely an option for you guys here at Lincoln. I'm not saying this for my health, you guys. It's not on here, but 60% of our students do receive scholarships at Lincoln, and 90% of our students do receive financial aid. So, that is my spiel. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely hit me up, and I'm always here to help you guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And next we'll have Widener University.
Hi, hello. It's saying that I can't start my video because, okay, all right. Thank you for the button. Hello, everybody. My name is Martisha Hardy. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Widener University. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Okay. So once again, my name is Martisha Hardy. Here at Widener, our average class size is about 25 students. That gives you a ratio of 13 students for one professor, which I feel like is a good little ratio. If you're the type that kind of just wants to sit in the second row, do your work, not be bothered, you can do that. Or if maybe you get to your higher level classes and it might be a little bit more difficult, you don't have to email the professor 2 or 3 times in order to get a response. 90% of our faculty hold a doctorate degree in their field, so you can definitely know that they know what they're talking about. We have bachelor's degrees, master's, and then doctorate. That is the highest degree that you can get in your field. And all of our classes are taught by the teacher assistants. Taught by the professor, excuse me. We don't use any teacher assistants. So whatever exams you have, whatever papers you have, is going to be graded by the person who taught you the information in the first place. We have about 3,000 students for senior, junior, sophomore, and freshman class, so 3,000 in total. And we have over 40 majors and minors to choose from, including nursing, engineering, creative writing, and a whole bunch more. If you already have an idea of which field you want to go into, we do offer what's called our pre-professional pathways. And those are items that will be sprinkled into the time you're here at Widener to better prepare you for that career field. So some examples of that is pre-law. We also have a law school, as well as pre-med, pre-dentistry, and pre-veterinary. One of the things I love about Widener is if you decide you want to get that additional degree, like a master's or a doctorate, we have those here. So you can do all of the degrees in one space. We also have accelerated bachelor's and master's programs too. And you can add a minor, but the icing on the cake is you can also add a certificate. So something that I always recommend for people is to look into our leadership certificate. That is some additional courses that you can take. And it's something that you can put on your resume to make you stand out from other recent college graduates. We have over 80 student clubs and organizations. They're obviously not all listed on this slide because it would kind of be like that UPS commercial where it's like shipping, packaging, labeling, and I don't have enough time to label them all. But a few that I do want to highlight is we have fraternity and sorority life. We have an assistant director of Greek life on campus, including some historically Black sororities on campus as well. We have BSU or Black Student Union, SGA, SAGA, which stands for Sexuality and Gender Alliance, PSC, and a whole bunch of other things that you can really get involved in. We have a student engagement department, which hosts over 300 events a year. And that includes events during the day, during the evening, and on the weekends. If you're interested in sports, Widener is a Division III school. We have women's sports, men's sports, club sports, intramural sports, and my personal favorite, esports. If you're not familiar with esports, that is competitive video gaming. We have an esports room in our student center. We have an esports coach, and we have an esports team. And on top of that, we also offer esports scholarships. But when the room is not being utilized by the official team, it is an opportunity for students to maybe blow off some steam. Through our Career Design and Development Center, we offer different co-ops and internships. That little square rectangle at the bottom right is just an example of how it could possibly fit into your schedule as a first-year student or a second-year student, depending on when you want to do it. If you do want to participate, we can guarantee that it's going to be within the 4 years that you're still here at Widener, so you don't have to add any additional time. And here are just a few different places that we have partnerships with. I myself am from the Philadelphia area. My place is here, my parents' place is here, my grandparents' place is here, and my great-grandparents' house is here. So I've lived in Philly, my family's been in Philly for a very long time. So I like to highlight all the things that are in Philly on this slide, including the Philadelphia Zoo, the Philadelphia Eagles, but you'll also notice there's some bigger names on here like Aramark and Disney. Applying to Widener University, you can apply 2 different ways. We do take our application, of course, but we also do take the Common App. Either way that you do it, it's going to be 100% free to apply. You don't need a waiver. There's no application fee. And if you want to get a little bit of leg up, if you get all your application materials in by November 1st, we will guarantee that you have an admissions decision by Thanksgiving. If for some reason you're not able to get all of your materials in by that time, we do have about a 2-week turnaround. So once we get all of your information, you can expect the answer very, very soon. And if you're not able to or don't wish to submit your SAT or ACT scores, we offer test optional. Tuition is about $47,000 a year. However, nobody pays that. And that's pretty much because of merit-based scholarships. So those are scholarships that we at Widener are going to give you simply based on your application. That doesn't include all of the additional scholarships that you could earn through financial aid. And I am out of time, but again, I see Jessica's face. She's like, is she going to go to the next slide? I am not, because I follow directions very, very well. But if for any reason you ever want any more information, Jessica, if it's okay, I like to put my information in the chat. Okay, great. Awesome sauce. I like to put my information in the chat. Please know the information that I'm going to put is my direct contact information. So if you call me, or a lot of people just text me because it's easier, please do not text me looking for the secretary. It's my personal number. So I am the one texting you back. Okay. So I can let you know anything, any questions you might have. High school counselors can also text me, and parents as well.
All right, thank you. So now I'm going to ask all of our panelists to turn their cameras on to answer a few questions for the group before we end our session today. So the first question I want to ask everyone is, what advice would you give someone going through this college search process? And we're going to the same order that we presented.
Awesome, thank you. I would say the best advice is to figure out who your admissions counselor is for the various universities that you're thinking of, and go on their website. The website has a lot of great information. Also use your admissions counselor as a resource, and just ask questions.
Well, the advice I would give, especially, well, since we're an art design college, you know, your portfolio is really important. So again, using your admissions counselor is really important, because one of my main roles is to give advice to students who are interested in, applying to not only our school, but, for any art and design school. So use your admissions counselor to really get much needed feedback on what pieces to include in your portfolio, how best to build a really strong portfolio that will get you scholarships and admission to your school.
My piece of advice is to look into third-party scholarships. Don't necessarily wait for the single university's scholarships. Always look and see what maybe your state has to offer. Maybe your bank has some sort of scholarship for you. Just take a look, because anything to really lower that number and affordability for you to get into college could be really helpful.
Hello. This is a great question. So what I would say, as far as linking goes, just check your email. Please check your email, because I know everybody can agree with me. Check your email. At the same time, when you're filling out the application, you want to be very mindful that when you're doing your FAFSA and you're doing your application, everything has to be 100% the same, or the government will make you do it again. You know what I mean? So just make sure that you're, taking the time out, filling the application out correctly, knowing who your counselor is, checking your email, doing all the little things. So that way, when you get to your spring semester, your senior year, you're already ready to go and you're already on the ball compared to every other student next to you. So, just do your due diligence and you guys will be good.
Hello, everybody again. The advice that I would give is utilize your smartphone. If you are addicted to your smartphone like I am, a lot of things can help you get through the college admissions process. Google Calendar is your friend. When I was in college, that stuff did not exist because I'm a lot older than I look. And I had to get a paper calendar and write everything in. But as you're going about, you don't want to miss open houses, you don't want to miss deadlines for deposits and all of those other good things. So utilize your smartphone and your Google Calendar.
All right, so the next question, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
For me, it's the painting of the rock that's on campus. So that's the only place on campus where graffiti is encouraged. And so all visitors, all students are encouraged to, at one point, to paint on the rock. Most notably, we always paint the night before home games. And so we usually have our mascot beating up the opposing team's mascot. But we've had also just, amazing things on there. We've had marriage proposals on there. So it's really, really cool to walk by and see just like a random, amazing thing on there.
So I think well, definitely my favorite event on campus is the senior show. And so come your senior year, they take over the entire building, our main campus building, and in the gallery, and then all other walls. And it's just taken over with student artwork. So that's really great.
For here at Capitol, my personal favorite tradition or event is our Capitol Scholars event, where students come and they present on why they're interested in the area that they are choosing to study. Because these 17, 18-year-olds are coming and talking about rocket science, something that I have no interest in, but seeing that they're interested makes me even more interested. And it's just so much fun to be able to talk with these students on an area that I have no idea what's going on in. So.
All right, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with HBCUs, but if you're not, one thing about a HBCU tradition is homecoming. Homecoming is a fashion show. Homecoming is a family reunion. It's a cookout. It's everything in one. It's very an exciting time. It's for a whole week. Alumni come back and their friends come with them. There's vendors on campus, stuff like that. And the campus is really like just more, I don't know, more connected during that week, just because we're doing a lot of different things. We're having our coronation for our Mr. and Mrs. Lincoln. It's a lot of different things happening And this is really exciting to see. All I'm gonna say is you have to be there, so come to Lincoln University.
The favorite thing about my favorite thing about our tradition, should I say, is our mascot is a lion. And a group of lions, if you ever watched The Lion King, you know, the pride, a group of lions is called a pride. And we have a statue on campus, basically like in the middle of campus of our lion, Chester, Melrose, and baby Legacy. And a tradition is that you rub the lion's nose for good luck, whether it be for a test or anything along the lines of that. And fun fact, I rubbed the lion's nose before I was offered this job at Widener University. So it tells you there's some science obviously behind it.
So I guess this is a slightly different statement or question to ask, but give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
Yeah, so oh, I scared my dog, I'm sorry. A fun fact about UT that we were the first institution to create a body farm. And so if you're interested in forensic anthropology, that's just an amazing experience for you to be in the field. And not only is it used for academic purposes for our students, it's also used for Knoxville PD, the CIA, and the FBI as well.
So I think a really fun fact about our school is one of our buildings where some of our studios, it's like an old industrial building and it has really big old industrial columns. And it's a really great place to be creative because it's just all this concrete and then we've created all these different walls and there's all this technology in it. And so that's really kind of one of the fun places where kids like to hang out.
Fun fact about Capitol is that we have been granted the title from the Department of Defense and Homeland Security of having the #1 cybersecurity program in the United States.
So for Lincoln University, it's our history, just because some of our alumni range from Thurgood Marshall, Langston Hughes. I'm Nigerian myself, so it's my personal favorite. We had the first Nigerian president, Nnamdi Azikiwe. And then this is also interesting. A lot of our alumni, even though we're the first HBCU, have been the first to do a lot of different things. So we had the first Nigerian president, the first Ghanaian president, so a lot like that, the first chief justice, stuff like that. And then this is like the last thing I'm gonna say. I really love this about Lincoln University. We're about 10 minutes away from the major Dixon line. And we actually have a church, the Hosanna Church, and that's actually one of the last few stops of the Underground Railroad. So our campus is very, very, very historical.
So my fun fact is probably not going to be technically a fact. But if you are a foodie like I am, one of the things that, and this is in our pamphlets and everything, we are known for our cookies. So there is a little old lady who works in our cafeteria, and she always comes out with a big fresh batch of cookies, and she will give you one right off. Don't burn your fingers. She'll give you one like right off, and it is so good that people will actually come and visit the university just to try these cookies that she makes. And she's so sweet. She says, "Oh, how's your day?" while she's giving you some cookies. And it's impossible not to have a little bit of joy during that moment.
Wow, this has been a great session. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you to our participants. When you close this window, participants, you'll get a quick link to a survey, 4 questions only. We'd love to hear your feedback. Also, this is only one of a few sessions today. So feel free to sign up for more for the next session that's coming up after this. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session recordings and all the rest of them also at strivescan.com/CollegeFairMagazine. Thank you. Have a good day.